MMORPG games are always interesting to play everywhere and anytime, because we can play the game with so many players at one server that push the competition naturally. The number of the players will reach the maximum once the developer understands the player wants. So, through this video, hopefully more good quality MMO will release globally, especially in English version. Remember to like this video to reach 200 likes, thanks. Please enjoy the video of Top 10 New MMORPG Android and iOS English version, New Update MMORPG Games Mobile. Set Zero. Set Zero. This game is just in development. The game is still on early access and only accessible through the official website of the creator. But if you don't have any access, then I would like to tell you the game in detail. Anyway, you can play it on the multi-platforms for Android, iOS and PC. So Set Zero has an open-world MMORPG base with a survival mechanism that allows the player to craft many kinds of tools to keep our main hero alive by seeing the thirsty and hunger indicator. There are so many ingredients that we can see around us that will respawn over time, so we don't have to worry about the resources. The combat mechanism is quite clunky at all, even though we cannot lock or target the enemy, making the hero miss their attack. Aiming assist would be the best option to make the combat way more easier that the developer should add. Each time we reach a new level, then we will gain 6 status points. Place the status point into a certain attributes to improve your power, strength, HP, defense, critical, and dexterity. Set Zero has a great anime 3D character design with 2 options of male and female. There is no character customization now. Set Zero is the best new multiplayer game MMORPG to play for Android, iOS, and PC. Lighters. What a great game, but it needs a lot of optimization, especially from the game's rendering graphic. It takes quite long to make a perfect visual that makes the game a bit laggy. The gameplay is a multiplayer game where we can create our own house and many kinds of useful items or tools to support our mission. It's a sandbox gameplay where we can do so many things in freedom. Catching the monster to become our allies is one of the most cool things we can do, even if we can deploy 3 allies on our side and we will fight together as a team. When we try to capture the pet, we should try to lower his HP first to increase the capture rate and become higher. There is some action that hooked me and interested me, like we can fly in the sky, but it will cost any stamina faster. The stamina will recharge over time. Reach one island into another island by swimming. The combat mechanism of Lighters is hack and slash game. We can use the wooden stick or even we can use the tool as our weapon, such as an axe and pickaxe. Lighters is the best new MMORPG games for mobile with survival-based game. Surprisingly, the game size is really affordable. It's only about 1.18 GB size in total. MiroGo. Finally, a few moments ago, the developer launched the second trailer that came with an English version. It represents the entire gameplay and how the feature it has. Basically, it has a pal world games like, where we can capture the monster to become our pet. The level or power of each pet will have their own strength with a variety of the elements. Playing with your friends is possible to do, which is kind of new best MMORPG game. Our main goal is to compete with the other players to create your best home base. So crafting some items to build the more powerful building will represent your power to the other players. Raid the mount to reach further location faster would be a great option. Anyway, I don't know exactly what the era this game is set in because we can craft a gun as our main weapon. Locking the target from a distance will become way more easy rather than using the melee weapon. MiroGo is the best new MMORPG games for mobile. Soulland New World. This game is way too much releasing the game's version. There is a turn-based, action RPG, idle, and now the developer decided to make the MMORPG version. Honestly, this game has a great potential when it releases globally. We can see how many players are active on beta testing. The game's visuals are really interesting. Unfortunately, it is full of auto at all, the pathfinding, the auto combat, and how well the skills showcase are. So as a casual player, of course, this game would be your best option to play. By tapping one button, everything will play by itself. It has a voiceover when the narrator speaks up, but in-game, the NPC is playing without the narrator. There are so many job selection we can pick with male and female characters. The character creation is quite complete with a nice attention to detail. I hope the developer will not make a huge number of the game server when they launch globally. If they do it, then I'm sure it will be forgotten in a few weeks because of the auto button behind the reason. What do you think? Metasin. Metasin, not many MMORPG that have a Western character design. This game will be your best option to play until the game releases globally. I have seen the potential it has from the graphic and how good the panorama is. It is full of green landscape with a beautiful sea water. Unfortunately, we cannot swim along the sea. Metasin is a new brand MMORPG with a sci-fi concept. The way of the NPC and the monster that we are facing is full of robotic design. The hero will be able to learn a new skill after we reach a certain level. It will be learnable once we reach that level. In combat, it has a semi-no autoplay MMORPG. So while doing a quest, we can tap the autopad finding, but when we do combat, then we should play manually, which is no autoplay. The basic combo seems so interesting. It looks like we are unleashing the skill because there are so many movements, the action will release continuously. I prefer to play the MMORPG with this kind of gameplay. Anyway, we can fly from a higher cliff to the lower altitude without consuming any mana. Metasin is the best new English MMORPG game for Android and iOS. Ascension. Ascension, another version of MU game series. Seriously, this MMORPG has so many fans who always play the game every time the developer launched the new server. No wonder the game reached server 200 in the last few months. In fact, I don't really like to play any game that is full of auto. Even when you don't touch any screen for a few minutes, then the game will do an auto quest and auto combat automatically. Just leave the game for a few hours in an early game, then you will be amazed with the level you reach then. That's what happened to me actually. Overall, it seems like I play a classical MMORPG from the graphic and visual as well. This game always represents a brighter aura of the hero's equipment like weapons and armor. Would you play this MMO? Please write in the comment section below. Thanks. Forsaken World 2. Forsaken World 2. I remember the first Forsaken World game on mobile didn't stay longer, even though the number of the player wasn't really much, but the total server is way too massive that makes the game cannot handle the empty world. This experience should be their lesson on how to make the game even way more active. I am sure not many players get the chance to play it when it is in beta, so I will tell you the main points so everyone will clear to see the whole gameplay. It's full of auto at all, with a great animation of Western character design in 3D, making the game have a high graphic setting. Unfortunately, the game does not run perfectly, it needs some time to render the visual. The combat mechanism is pretty clear and smooth, but we cannot attack the enemy while moving the hero, but I realize I cannot fly on it, while the other Forsaken World game has a flying features. Surely this is the best MMORPG game for Android and iOS. Age of Kagon, Thailand. Age of Kagon, Thailand. From the game's name, we have noticed who's the most played player in all server. Yes, most of them are Thailand. So even the game has an English version already, but the way the chatting world is using a different languages, which make the player would be difficult to understand and ask the veteran player. This game has a classical MMORPG, just like the PC era. It has full attention to detail of the aura equipment. Even some aura has a dragon form with a golden color that makes the player look so amazing. Age of Kagon, Thailand is an MMORPG that has no autoplay in mission, but when we go to combat, then the auto features will be unlocked. It's quite difficult for a player who want to grind the EXP because the player around us will have the same target. Luckily, we can loot the other players' drop items. It makes the game even more free-to-play friendly. Age of Kagon, Thailand is the best no-pay-to-win MMORPG games for Android and iOS. TUSL. TUSL, seriously, all players would still agree with me if this game is the best open-world MMORPG games for mobile that has a classical theme with an adorable PC gamer experience. The game is pretty anti-mainstream, which most of MMO now has an anime art style, but this game represents a different looks with a western design. The combat mechanism looks hooked me so much. I'm amazed about the attention to detail of the movement of our character. When we do an attack, even we can attack the enemy with our skill while moving the hero. This action seems pretty cool and should be adapted by the other game. I will be honest, if I wish in 2025 MMORPG will have this standard as a high graphic games on mobile. No wonder how high the point specification we need to play. As long as we can enjoy the game into the next level, then I will be so happy to play. There are so many reasons why the hardcore MMORPG player should play it. The first one is quite no pay to win MMORPG, no combat power, no VIP. But surely you can speed up the progress, but that's not pretty neat for enjoying the main mission. TUSL is the best MMORPG game for Android and iOS. T-Tiny Online. T-Tiny Online Smart Tower Life. Yeah, look at how many players are participating on the beta testing. It's more than the expectation of the game's developer. Even my screen cannot handle the number of the player while I'm at the village. This MMORPG seems so unique because we will stay in the land that is located in the sky. Like we will not be able to fall down because there is a certain path to jump from one island into another island. The combat mechanism is pretty special, so as a main character, we can grab a lot of weapons at once and put them in our bag. So switching our playstyle will be so easy. Once we change the weapon, then we will be able to adjust the skill automatically. So learning a different skill based on the weapon selections will be pretty critical to support us in the battlefield. Long range and close range is your option to select. The game's graphics of T-Tiny Online are really interesting with 3D character anime style that looks so amazing. This is the best MMORPG game for Android and iOS. Sword of Mystic Sho. Sword of Mystic Sho. This game is in developing, which is available to download on Play Store but in early access mode. This new MMORPG represents a Chinese culture from a character design, NPC names, and how well the appearance of the hero's uniform. Surely the developer successfully delivered the country's main concept into it. I got the rumors that this game was made by an Unreal Engine 5, which is the highest level games engine right now, but honestly they didn't optimize the graphics perfectly. Sword of Mystic Sho is the best no autoplay MMORPG games on mobile. We should tap every single action manually. It makes the combat mechanism so satisfying. We can drag and lock a different target with our skill. In the game, we'll not find any enemies around us. The enemy only respawn in a certain spot, especially when we follow the main mission. These all are the best MMORPG games for mobile that I think everyone should play. Remember to like this video to support this channel grow faster. See you on the next video. Thanks.